I got to listen to Sheldon McBee speak at SCW Mania DC, and it was fabulous. He gave us all the insights of what his gym in Pennsylvania has implemented for a client journey process to improve client retention. And we're going to look at the return on investment of a program similar based on different sizes of gyms. So let's look at it. I'm going to share my screen and we're going to go through a couple calculations. So return on investment, to calculate this, you need to know your additional profit and your investment. So how do you know what additional profit you might get? Well, by implementing a client journey process, let's say your client retention improves by 5%. With industry standards of having turnover of about 25 to 30% each month, a 5% improvement in that for a club that has 200 members would be about 10 members per month that you're retaining by improving your retention 5% and doing that with a client journey process. So looking at what is the monthly revenue for retaining 10 members at a $100 price point is $1,000. So annually, that's $12,000. How much does it cost to implement a CRM as part of your client journey process? Two Brains Business says that's about $230 per month for a CRM, or $2,760 per year. Let's look at what kind of additional labor would be required in implementing a new client journey process. Let's say for a gym the size with 200 members and retaining an additional 10 members per month. Let's say that's about 5 hours per week that somebody's focused on specifically client onboarding, which is part of that client journey and what Sheldon McBee talked about. That's about $6,500 a year in labor. So your additional profit of improving your retention by 5% for this gym of 200 would be keeping 10 members per month, results in additional annual profit of $2,740. And in calculating your return on investment is 30%. Now let's look at a gym that has 1,000 members. Improving retention 5% means you're keeping 50 more members per month. That equates to $5,000 of monthly revenue to your gym that was walking out the door that isn't now because you have a new client onboarding process. The annual additional revenue for those 50 members is $60,000. If you're looking at your annual CRM cost, that doesn't change based on the size of your gym. So that's $2,760 a year. And then the additional labor hours is more intensive because you have more members that you're onboarding. That's around $32,000 a year. So your annual additional profit by keeping 50 more members per month, which is an improvement of 5% in retention, is almost $25,000 and a 70% return on your initial investment. So let's look at a little bit smaller gym. So kind of a middle of the road, 500 members, an improvement of 5% in retention would be 25 members. That's $2,500 monthly revenue or $30,000 a year. Again, your CRM costs are not changing. Your labor costs are about $16,000 a year. So an additional profit of implementing potentially a new onboarding process that improves your retention by 5% would result in an additional $11,000 of profit per year, or almost a 60% return on investment. Do the math for your gym. What do you believe your new onboarding process could do for your retention? And do the math.